January 30th, 2016. Beautiful day out on the bay. That sailboat's out there. Oh, gorgeous. Yep. Beautiful day. San Francisco and San Jose, the Bay Area, or at least over here, is getting ready to host the Super Bowl. Since the Patriots lost, I've kind of lost interest in the Super Bowl, but I woke up early this morning, probably like 4, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to talk about instant change. I'm going to talk, Nob Hill, Masonic Temple, there it is. Coit Tower. Things change. I've lived in very humble circumstances right now. I kind of have a semi-decent place with a semi-decent view. Yep. So MOT's got a decent view right now. So instant change. You know, when I started YouTube, my first video was about going raw. And, you know, in a blender, I was making like a raw drink as best I could. And I was thinking, you can change instantly. And one time, here, that's me. So anyway, let's look at the beautiful view of San Francisco. Gorgeous day here. Oh, those sailboats are cool. That's Oakland over there. Treasure Island, Transamerica, B of A building, Fairmont. I guess you can do $1 million package out of the Fairmont for 22 people with Super Bowl tickets for a week, and you get to fly over the Super Bowl, which I guess you get a helicopter somewhere down there and go down to Mountain View, Santa Clara. So, instant change. I think it was about 15 years ago. 15 years ago, and I said I'm going to go all raw. I read David Wolf. I got super inspired. I ate 100% raw for 1 month, and I lost 30 pounds, and I felt fantastic. So I know better than to not eat really well. And I remember I was in the mountains up there by this place called Benbow. You know, it's north of Ukiah. It's really beautiful up there. And we were going to Shelter Cove, and I was super hungry. Because your body, if you really get in tune with your body, it craves the right things. And so I walked in the store. I was just super hungry. I walked right to the back, and there were 2 avocados perfectly ripe. I bought them and ate them and satisfied that just urge, you know, because once you're advanced, you know, avocados are great for you. I know exactly when to eat them. They taste great. But over the last 15 years, sometimes I'd be, you know, all raw, no raw. You can stray away. But if you get a lot of foods, of course non-GMO, that are close to the earth and raw, you can feel fantastic. So I'm gonna go back in that mode because we need instant change, and you get instant karma out of this. Okay. If you rock your diet and change your diet, there's a Trader Joe's around here, Whole Foods. Obviously, San Francisco's got a lot of good stuff. And of course I do. Oh, there's some girls down there playing soccer. Huh. But if you put super high frequency foods in your body, you start feeling great within days. And after 30 days, you feel unbelievable. I remember it, and I want to get that back. And you don't have to be on a farm to do it. And I'm not on a farm. I'm in the middle of San Francisco. I'm not going to call it concrete jungle because it's just gorgeous here. Just absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful day. But, you know, if you start eating high raw foods and I got this book here, The Raw Food Detox Diet. I've had it, and that's what I need right now. I need to do that. And I'm going to do it because we need discernment. There's so much going on worldwide. I mean, if you were short the market on Friday, you got killed. I almost give up. One time I did work with a top trader, but I'm kind of impatient. And he had 120 inputs into his algorithm. And he had some dismal failures, but now he's an internationally renowned guy. He trades half an hour a day, makes millions, but he always picks his exit strategy, and it's probably basic to traders, right when he makes his trade. But it's so crazy. I mean, you're playing against the plunge projection team. There's people who want gold to go lower, and they believe, you know, paper currency is more than gold, and people still denigrate gold. And gold has gone down. I thought gold would be over 2,000. Do I think it's good? I still think it will be, but it's not going to happen until people lose the confidence. In my video like 6 years ago when I had long hair, when they lose confidence in paper currency. And as Ron Paul noticed in his book, or noted, every paper currency has eventually become worthless. And frankly, the more advanced you are in finance, the more you know it's going to happen to the dollar. I don't know exactly when, but to think the dollar's going to be around in 10 years, you, you're smoking meth or smoking something. You're not smoking Mother Nature, that's for sure. Anyway, so I think with all the bullshit that's going on, uh, so far from the Constitution, so far from truth, the spirit of discernment is what is absolutely true. I mean, what you need the spirit of discernment. That's the most important gift that you can possibly have. The spirit of discernment. No matter if you're figuring out a situation, you're figuring out your life, you're figuring out relationships, and I think it's hard for men and women to figure each other out. But as far as the raw food journey I've had, women have been the most inspirational to me. You know, I shot that video with Andrea down there at Los Altos Track a few years ago. She taught me a lot. And, you know, when people go eat really healthy foods, you notice they're mellow, they're not uptight. And you get people that are kind of fat and toxic, and that's not the way to be. And I've gained some weight here, and I don't want to be overweight and toxic. I want to be lithe, enlightened, high frequency. And in fact, I met one beautiful woman here in the Bay Area, and she was eating really high raw, and she has a lot higher frequency than I was. So, you know, as Madonna says, I wasn't worthy. And you're most comfortable around the people you're like. So if you're drinking 20 cans of beer a day, you're probably comfortable around people that drink 20 cans of beer a day. I know people that drink beer and they are so high frequency it's ridiculous. I tend to take people for where they're at, because I know Mormons that are like obese and just eat shit all the time, and then they'll point the finger at somebody who has a beer, and I just like, oh my gosh. And then you can justify things. But I think that if you eat the way that God intended, you're going to feel great, look great, you think more clearly. And in 2016, as we go through these massive changes, we have to be able to think clearly. I need to be able to think super clearly and figure out, you know, how long to stay here in San Francisco and when to be back in the Rocky Mountains. Believe me, I need to know that, because I kind of don't want to be here if the earthquake's going to be over 8.5. I know that I could survive an 8.5 right here, but oh my gosh. You know, you watch that movie San Andreas. Remember, the tsunami comes in, and then the guy, you know, kind of lands down there. There's the Giants field, AT&T Park's right down there. I know I'm kind of rambling. Cable car. Yeah, man. Check it out. So, I think that you can change instantly. And so I'm not going to expect perfection of myself, but I am going to go for it. I love sauerkraut, and I found some sauerkraut that I really love. I'm going to start transforming my body immediately. Okay? I know I'm not perfect, but I think I'm going to go all raw, high raw, and not get down on myself if you break down and go to In-N-Out Burger, or if you break down and have the thing is, I think to just start immediately. And so you people here in San Francisco, if you want to eat some raw food with me, I'm kind of busy here, but I'm down for it. But I'm probably going to just do it by myself. I'm going to go to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Molly Stone's, and I'm going to start transforming in a serious way. Okay? 2016 is already a very serious year. And I think that's why that video was silent. It was kind of weird, but I think it was meant to be. But it's time for discernment, okay? This is a critical year. We have to be totally in tune. And I know both sides. I know what being in tune is, and I really know what being out of tune is. I need to get really in tune. And I hope some of you join me. God bless you. Rock on. And 2016 is a year to optimize yourself, because the biggest challenges in the history of the world are coming, frankly, this year. Love you guys. Ciao.